Jake Morrison checked the address on his phone before pushing open the door to the upscale restaurant. This was way out of his league. The chandeliers alone probably cost more than his year's salary as a mechanic. His buddy Tom had set him up on this blind date. She's great, man. Just meet her at Romano's, table 12, 7 o'clock. Jake smoothed down his gray t-shirt and jeans, suddenly aware of how underdressed he was. But it was too late to turn back. He approached the hostess. I'm meeting someone. Table 12. She nodded and led him through the elegant dining room to a corner table where a young woman sat alone in a wheelchair. She had long blonde hair and wore a beautiful, pale blue dress. When she glanced up at Jake, confusion crossed her face. I'm sorry, Jake said. I think there's been a mistake. I'm supposed to meet someone at table 12. This is table 12, the woman said, puzzled. But I'm waiting for someone too. A business associate of my father's. I'm Jake Morrison. I'm Sophia Hartwell. She tilted her head. Are you sure your date said table 12? Jake checked Tom's text. Table 12, 7 o'clock. Romano's. My father arranged for me to meet someone here. Same time, same table. Sophia's expression shifted. Oh no, my father. He's been trying to set me up for months. Okay, and my buddy Tom has been doing the same to me. Okay. Jake ran a hand through his hair. I think we've been set up. Sophia laughed. Well, that's embarrassing. I'm so sorry you came all this way for nothing. Jake looked at her. There was something warm and real about her. Since we're both here, Jake said, would you like to have dinner anyway? We can commiserate about our meddling friends and family. Sophia studied him, then smiled. Why not? Jake sat down and opened the menu. He nearly choked at the prices. Everything okay? Sophia asked. This place is fancier than I'm used to. Me too, honestly. My father chose it. Closed her menu. Want to know a secret? I'd rather be at a burger joint. Jake grinned. Really? Really? Give me a good cheeseburger any day. After this, if you want, I know a great place. Sophia's eyes lit up. Are you serious? Completely. We can suffer through the fancy food here, then go get real food. They both laughed, and the tension dissolved. Over dinner, they talked. Jake told her about his auto repair shop. Sophia told him about her work managing her father's charitable foundations, or on the Hartwell Foundation. We fund medical research, accessibility initiatives, support for people with disabilities. How long have you been in the wheelchair? Jake asked, then worried he'd been too direct. Sorry, is that okay to ask? It's fine. I appreciate direct questions. Sophia took a sip of water. 3 years. Car accident. I was paralyzed from the waist down. I'm sorry. Don't be. It changed my life, but I'm still here. I'm still me. The wheelchair is just how I get around. Jake nodded, impressed. That takes strength, or stubbornness. Sophia smiled. What about you? Any life-changing moments? Military deployment, Afghanistan. Came back and realized I needed to build something with my hands. Cars made sense. That's beautiful. Finding purpose and repair. Okay. They talked through the entire meal. So, Sophia said, as dessert arrived, about those burgers. You're seriously up for it? Absolutely. Jake's stomach sank. You're Richard Hartwell's daughter, the billionaire. Unfortunately, yes. Does that change things? Does me being a mechanic change things for you? Sophia leaned forward. In the past 3 years, I've been on exactly 2 dates. Both treated me like I was made of glass. You're the first person who's just talked to me like I'm normal. So no, you being a mechanic doesn't change anything when you put it like that. Let's go get those burgers. They headed to a small diner 3 blocks away from the booths. A jukebox, menu laminated in plastic. This is perfect, Sophia said, over burgers and milkshakes. They talked more freely. Everyone started treating me differently after the accident. My father's the worst. He's so protective, he's suffocating. Is that why you don't date much? That, and most men either can't get past the wheelchair, or they can't see past my father's money. For what it's worth, I see someone who snuck out of a fancy restaurant to get burgers with a stranger. That takes guts. At 9 o'clock, a sleek black car pulled up. That's my ride, Sophia said reluctantly. I had a really great time. Me too. Can I see you again? I'd like that. But my father is going to be difficult. I can handle difficult. Over the next weeks, Jake and Sophia met regularly at casual places. Sophia kept the relationship quiet, knowing her father would interfere. But 3 weeks in, Richard Hartwell found out. A luxury sedan pulled up at Jake's shop. Richard Hartwell stepped out. Jake Morrison. I'm Richard Hartwell. We need to talk. I know you've been seeing my daughter. I want you to end it. That's not your decision. My daughter is vulnerable. She doesn't need someone taking advantage. I care about Sophia. She's amazing. The wheelchair doesn't define her, and neither does your money. You're a mechanic. What can you possibly offer her? Respect, honesty, someone who sees her for who she is. Can you say the same about the men you've tried to set her up with? That evening, Sophia called Jake, furious. My father came to see you. Yeah, he asked me to stop seeing you, and I told him that's not his decision. He's been trying to control my life since the accident, but I won't let him dictate who I care about. 6 months later, Jake stood in the Hartwell Foundation offices. Richard had asked to meet. Mr. Morrison, I owe you an apology. Sophia told me that you're the first person who's made her feel like herself again. You see her, not her limitations. I was so focused on protecting her that I was smothering her. She's chosen you. I can either accept that or lose my daughter. I'm accepting it. Jake shook his hand. Thank you, sir. A year later, Jake stood at an altar in a small garden ceremony. Sophia rolled down the aisle, her father beside her. When she reached Jake, Richard whispered something that made her smile. Later, Sophia told Jake what he'd said. I'm sorry, I almost made you miss this. He's a good man. Be happy. Sometimes, the wrong table is exactly the right place. Sometimes, the person you weren't supposed to meet is the one you were meant to find. If this story touched your heart, please like and share it. Subscribe for more stories about unexpected love. Leave a comment about your most memorable wrong turn that became the right path. Your stories inspire us all.